नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका की न्यूज़ 24/7 में। तो चलिए देखते हैं आज की हेडलाइंस। कांग्रेस टॉप लीगल माइंड्स फेवर nuanced approach on UCC. The top legal minds of the Congress met on Saturday to discuss the issue of uniform civil code and are learned to have decided to advise the party leadership to take a nuanced position on the matter and declare the party's stand only after pursuing the draft bill in the event of the government bringing such a legislation in parliament. Senior Congress leader P. Chidambaram, Salman Khurshid, Abhishek Singhvi, Vivek Thanka, Manish Tiwari and KTS Tulsi met and discussed the legal and social aspects of UCC for over 1.5 hours. The informal panel will give a report to Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. Sources said the leaders were of the view that the party should take a nuanced view on UCC as the issue is layered and complex. The BJP, the leaders felt, would want the Congress to spell out a position in favor or against the UCC, but the party will have to factor in various aspects before taking a position. The Congress had earlier this month decided to wait for the BJP government to take the next step on UCC and come out with a draft bill. It has refrained from rushing in with its position to the idea in the absence of a bill. The leaders who attended the meeting said the party was opposed to the idea of uniformity and viewed UCC as an assault on diversity. Devendra Fadnavis says Uddhav Thackeray doesn't under politics, Sharad Pawar wrote in his book. Maharashtra Deputy CM Devendra Fadnavis subsequently criticized Uddhav Thackeray, suggesting that the former CM lacked understanding of politics and budgetary matters. He claimed that the current government comprising Shiv Sena, BJP, NCP, Ajit Pawar camp would positively impact the lives of ordinary citizens. Our previous chief minister used to say that he didn't understand politics, budget, cooperative sector and many other things. Therefore, Sharad Pawar Sahib wrote in his book autobiography that Uddhav did not know politics either. But we know everything, budget, politics and economics. Fadnavis said while speaking at the Shashan Aplaya Dari Government at Your Doorstep program. Speaking about the current leadership, he said we brought Eknath Shinde and now we have brought Ajit Dada Pawar. Our government completed 1 year recently. In this period, we brought Maharashtra to the number 1 spot in investment and industries. This government has the faith of the country and the industrial sector, Fadnavis added. Congress suggests will oppose ordinance taking away AAP government powers in Delhi. After Delhi delaying for long, the Congress signaled Saturday that it would oppose the ordinance that took away substantial powers of the Delhi government, which has become a bone of contention between the Arvind Kejriwal government and the centre. The Congress, however, shied away from openly declaring its backing to the Aam Aadmi Party AAP government in its battle with the centre. Instead, it framed the issue as an assault on the federal structure during talks held by the party's parliamentary strategy group. The AAP had linked its participations in the Bengaluru opposition unity meeting to the Congress stand on the audience. After the first meeting of the opposition parties in Patna on June 23, the AAP had declared that unless the Congress publicly opposed the audience, it would be very difficult for the AAP to be part of any alliance that included the Grand Old Party. Basavaraj Bommai on opposition meet in Bengaluru. Ahead of the meeting of opposition parties in Bengaluru, senior BJP leader Basavaraj Bommai on Sunday said such gatherings have no political meaning and many such meetings may take place in the days ahead but will not have any impact. The former chief minister said opposition parties does not have any specific program to unite other than to defeat Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP. Leaders of 24 non-BJP parties have been invited for the meeting of opposition grouping being convened by Congress on July 17 and 18, aimed by taking on the Saffron Party in 2024 Lok Sabha polls. There is no strong opposition party at the All India level. There are more regional parties. So formation of a federation of opposition parties and them holding meetings has no political meaning, nor will it result in any political profit to them, Bommai said. Senior official of Air India assaulted onboard Sydney, New Delhi flight. A senior management official of Air India was assaulted by an unruly passenger on board a Sydney New Delhi flight on 9 July. The news publication Hindustan Times informed in an exclusive report that the scuffle erupted over the basic rules on board aircraft, and the Aviation Regulator Directorate General of Civil Aviation (DGCA) was informed about the incident. The airline's head of the in-flight services department, Sandeep Verma, who was flying from Sydney to Delhi on AI 301, was hit by a Delhi-based passenger. However, no action was taken against him. An official close to the matter told HT. A passenger on board AI 301 operating Sydney-Delhi on 9 July 2023 behaved in an unacceptable manner during flight, despite verbal and written warnings causing distress to other passengers, which included one of our employees, the airline spokesperson told HT. Upon the flight's safe landing at Delhi, the passengers was handed over to the security agency, and the passengers later apologized in writing. The DGCA was duly informed of the incident. Air India will take a firm stand against misbehavior. We will pursue this to the full extent of the law, the spokesperson added. Oil fields partially resume after ex-official release in Libya. Production at Libya's Sharara and AI oil fields has resumed after being shut down as part of a protest against the arrest of a former finance minister, according to officials. The two oil fields began operating on Saturday evening, with production at Sharara returning to normal levels by Sunday morning after Faraj Boumatari, the former finance minister, was released, according to Libya's oil ministry and the minister's tribesmen. Boumatari, released on Saturday afternoon, was detained by the Internal Security Agency on the arrival at Mitiga Airport on Tuesday, with the production at the AI Field 108 and Sharara oil fields shut 2 days later on protest by his tribesmen. The 108 oil field remains shut. Libya's oil minister Mohammed Aoun told Dubai-based Ashraq TV on Saturday that the oil field's closure had cost the country the production of 340,000 barrels. He had said on Friday the closure could lead to a declaration of force majeure. India and UAE set to use rupee dirham for trade. India on Saturday moved a step closer to increasing circulation of the rupee in the Gulf region with the signing of two memoranda of understanding MOU between the Reserve Bank of India and Central Bank of United Arab Emirates. The signing of these agreements was witnessed by UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was on a day-long visit to the Gulf country on his way back from France. The first agreement between the RBI and the UAE Central Bank will establish a framework to promote the use of local currencies, rupee and dirham, for cross-border transactions, the External Affairs Ministry said in a statement. The other's MOU between the two central banks is aimed at interlinking their payment and messaging system, the ministry said. The leaders expressed their interest in strengthening cooperation in the payment system area by enabling integration between cross-border transactions between the UAE and India more efficiently. Such cooperation will also include the mutual acceptance of domestic card scheme by interlinking national card switches. Integration between this system will enhance access to the payment services for the benefits of the citizens and residents of the two countries. A joint statement issued after a visit read. 7.2 earthquake hits Alaskan and Peninsula, USGS. A 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck off the Alaskan Peninsula late Saturday local time, the United States Geological Survey (USGS) said, briefly sparking a tsunami warning. The USGS revised the quake's magnitude down from an initial 7.4. The shallow quake hit at 10:48 p.m. Saturday, 0648 GMT Sunday, about 55 miles, 89 kilometers southwest of the small town of Sandpoint, the agency said. The National Tsunami Warning Center in Palmer, Alaska cancelled an earlier tsunami advisory for South Alaska and the Alaskan Peninsula, saying it no longer poses a threat. The quake generated minor tsunami waves of 6 inches, 15 centimeters above tide level observed at Sand Point and King Cove, it said. A tsunami was generated by this event but no longer poses a threat, it said, adding some areas may continue to see small sea level changes. Alaska is a part of the seismically active Pacific Ring of Fire. The remote state was hit by a 9.2 magnitude earthquake in March 1964, the strongest ever recorded in North America. It devastated anchorage and unleashed a tsunami that slammed the Gulf of Alaska, the US West Coast, and Hawaii. More than 250 people were killed by the quake and the tsunami. A revised statement from PM Modi Macron drops key points on defense deals. India and France have revised the joint statement initially released after bilateral talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron, with a new version released on Friday, omitting key details on defense deals that are in the works. These omissions included reference to a roadmap on the joint development of a combat aircraft engine and the construction of 3 additional Scorpion submarines. They also announced a roadmap for joint actions in the Indo-Pacific region, where both nations are resident power with vital stakes, and said they are finalizing an Indo-French Development Fund to jointly finance sustainable development projects by other nations in the region. The joint statement, Horizon 2047, 25th anniversary of the India-France strategic partnership towards the century of India-France relation, lays out a roadmap for the bilateral relationship till 2047. 5 reasons why Odisha could be the future of sports in India. For a long time, Indians have complained about the lack of facilities for sports, absence of quality infrastructure, lack of adequate funding, improper integration of sports science, failure to harness raw talent have all been cited as reasons for India's underperformance at big events. Come to Odisha and all of this seems to have been addressed. As a car turns into Kalinga Stadium compound, it marks the start of what is now being talked about by many as the Odisha model. I am from Australia and have worked across the world, but in no other country do you see this level of infrastructure in one president, not even in Australia, says David John, who credited for India's hockey success in Tokyo and is now the high performance director in Odisha. The state could soon become the hub of Indian sports. Here is why. The infrastructure is not just restricted to Bhubaneswar. Even Raulkela, which does not have the best air connectivity, has 5 synthetic pitches for hockey. Bengal does not have a single one, and it's probably the reason that the sport is making so much progress in the region. The Birsa Munda Stadium is an architectural marvel and has become a local landmark. The High Performance Center, HPC, and grassroots academics are all working in sync to harness tribal talent from the region. It is no surprise that stars like Jyoti Chatri and Sunelita Topo are coming through the ranks and making a mark at the international arena. Odisha Congress MLA, another leader, suspended for anti-party activities. The Congress, which had long been tolerating frequent revolts and indiscipline of some its leader in Odisha, acted tough on Saturday by suspending Barabati Katak MLA Mohammad Mokim and former legislature Chiranjeev Biswal for alleged anti-party activities. Sharad Patnaik, president of Odisha Pradesh Congress Committee, complained that MLA Mohammad Mokim and ex-MLA Chiranjeev Biswal are indulging in anti-party activities. The matter was referred to the Disciplinary Action Committee (DAC). The DAC issued notice to both of them asking for their explanations. Their replies were found unsatisfactory. The DAC has decided to place both of them under suspension from the party. Read a statement from the All India Congress Committee (AICC). Mokim and Biswal were in the eye of storm in May for allegedly casting aspersion on the party's Odisha leadership and doubting its revival ahead of 2024 elections. Biswal, while speaking at a private event organized by Mokim, who is also perceived as a strong detractor of Sarath, said the party leadership is rudderless. Weather update. IMD issues orange alert for Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi likely to receive rainfall. As the level of water in the Yamuna River recedes, the Indian Meteorological Department issue orange and yellow alerts for rainfall across several states for the day. According to the IMD, heavy rains might lash Odisha and Madhya Pradesh on Sunday, while a strong possibility for heavy rains has been issued in Uttarakhand for the next 3 days. The IMD informed that the convection was seen forming over several parts of the country. These regions include Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, North Punjab, South Haryana, Northeast Rajasthan, East Uttar Pradesh, South Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat region, Vidarbha, North Interior and Coastal Odisha, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, North Tamil Nadu, North Kerala, Interior Karnataka, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, and Meghalaya and Nagaland regions. Light to moderate rainfall activity over the above mentioned regions is likely during the next 3 or 4 hours. ऐसी और न्यूज़ को जानने के लिए जुड़े रहिए के न्यूज़ 24/7 के साथ।